we are going to see the Muktikopanishad. The objective of giving this discourse is to highlight to the people as per my Atma Guru's instruction that the various Hindu religious scriptures, it has to be brought to the light of the people, because the ultimate objective of human birth is Jivan Mukti, which can be attained only by gaining knowledge about the Paramatma, which he has enshrined in our scriptures by our great ancient yogis and rishis through 4 Vedas, 108 Upanishads, Bhagavatam, Yoga Sastras. So all these things, plus Advaita, Visishtadvaita, Brahma Sutras, Atmabodha, Tattvabodha, Viveka Chudamani, 18 Puranas, all these things have been forgotten by people, because in the present day world, people are more better to the gadgets, TV, YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp chatting, all these things. Because though it gives present pleasures, but it will, for attaining the real human peace, internal peace, and to know the real objective of our birth, we should go inside and know, gain the real knowledge about ourselves, for which the light is given by the knowledge from the study of the scriptures. So in that respect, out of 108 Upanishads, we are taking this Muktikopanishad. Here, this Muktikopanishad is a conversation between the Jivatma and Paramatma. Here, the Jivatma is Lord Anjaneya, Paramatma is Lord Rama. Anjaneya asks Rama about the way to attain liberation. So, after the war where Rama kills Ravana and comes and has a Pattabhishekam in Ayodhya, everyone were leading happy life. At that time, on one day, when Rama was with Sita, Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrugna, and with sages like Janaka, Vasishta, and Sukha, with all these people, Rama was seated in Samadhijjan. At the end of Samadhijjan, Hanuman was watching with folded hands, worshipping his Lord Rama. He had certain doubts relating to these Vedas and Vedic philosophies. So he asked Rama, "O Rama, you are the supreme being and the nature of Satchit Ananda." Because he is a person, because he is Narayana Avatar, and he knows what is Satchidananda, going inside and attaining this Anandamaya Kosa, where one can have the eternal bliss. Please tell me, how can release from bondage without strain? So, Anjaneya asked Rama, what is the best way to release our bondage and attain liberation, that is Jivan Mukti? Rama says, I am versed in Vedanta. Then Hanuman says, what is Vedanta? Ask Rama. The Vedas in all the great extent are my breath, and Vedanta is grounded in them as an oil in a seema. So Vedas are like its breath, and Vedanta is like an oil in the sesame. How many are the Vedas and how many branches do they have? Of this, what are the Upanishads? So Hanuman asks, how many Vedas are there? And what are its branches? And what are the Upanishads? He asks Rama. Rama says, Vedas are 4. Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvana Veda. And there are many branches in Vedas, and Upanishads exist in them, he says. Rig Veda has got 21 branches. Yajurveda has got 109 branches. Samaveda has got 1000 branches, and Atharvana Veda has got 50 branches. Each branch has got one Upanishad. Even by reading one verse of them with devotion, So if you read this Vedas or Upanishads with total devotion, one gets the status of union with me. That is, one can merge with Paramatma and attain Jivan Mukti. Hard even to the sages. Sages who are doing pranams for several years. Even to others it is difficult to reach me. But those who read these Upanishads with devotion, learns, understands and practice it to reach me, they can reach me faster, he says. Hanuman. Rama says, asks Rama, sages speak differently. So now you say by reading Upanishads one can attain me, you say, Jivan Mukti. But what sages say, there is only one kind of liberation, they say. Others say it can be got by worshipping your name or by Taraka Mantra. So by worshipping your name, Ram, one can attain liberation. Or by chanting the Taraka Mantra, what is that? Om Namo Narayana or Om Namah Shivaya. These are the Taraka Mantra to attain liberation. So one who chant Om Namah Shivaya or Kasi, they will be reaching the liberation. They will attain the Jivan Mukti. Others speak Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga is the karma yoga. That is selfless action with detachment. So whatever work you do without any attachment. Yes, all the karmic duties, samsaric duties one should fulfill without any attachment. This is called Sankhya Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. They encourage into Vedanta's Vakyas. Bhakti Yoga is nothing but worshipping God by chanting of mantras, by bhajans like this. So one can attain the liberation through Bhakti Yoga or Karma Yoga, he says. For which Rama says, so how we can attain liberation? The liberation, there are four kinds, he says. What are the kinds? He says, Salukya, Sarupya, Samipya and Sayujya. These are the four types of ways one can attain liberation. What is Salukya? He says, to live in the same planets where God is living. That is where Narayana is living, like Vaikuntha. So one who aims to reach Vaikuntha, it is called Salukya. Sarupya. The Sarupya means having the same bodily features of the Supreme Person, but for 2 or 3 symptoms found exclusively on the transcendental body of the Lord. That is, Sarupya is Sarupya, the same as the Rupam of God. But they have certain, but God has got certain features, symptoms exclusively on transcendental body of the Lord. Because Paramatma cannot be seen. But a person, Jivatma, who has attained the state of Paramatma can be seen, like Sridhar Sai Baba or the great yogis like Babaji, like this. People who have attained a supreme transcendental stage. They are visible physically. People by seeing their physical body, they worship Sai Baba as God. But he is a physical form. But Paramatma as such doesn't have any form. So he enters into the Jivatma by the knowledge, and through that knowledge he spreads, by which people get enlightened. And this is the Sarupya. And Samipya, to remain always with Narayana as associates. Samipya means by remaining always with Narayana as associate means always chanting the Narayana mantra. There are so many yogis who have attained, like Samantha Ramadas, or you can take this one who was chanting Narayana. It is Annamacharya. So like that, there are who attained Jivan Mukti through Samipya. And Savijja, being merged in the existence and body of the Lord. So Savijja is going deep into meditation to Samadhi state and merging into the Lord, like what Raghavendra did. He attained Jiva Samadhi by chanting about God and just rotating this Japamala, and he attained Jiva Samadhi by merging into God. But only the real type is the Kaivalya Yoga says. Anybody, even though leading a wicked life, can attain Salukya, not other words, by worshipping my name. So even a wicked man, if he continuously chant my name like Rama, 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 Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Shivaya, they can attain me. Like Valmiki did. He was a hunter, was killing people and looting their wealth. And one day Narada came that way. He says, what you are doing? Why you are doing it? To fulfill my duties to my parents. He says, what is it? You have to do your duty, fulfill your duties by doing legally, morally, ethically, the right manner you are doing, and not by looting others, which is a papa, which is a sin. But all this I have done for my parents. But he said, tell them that you have looted and this is a papa, I am sharing my papa. Then he went there and nobody accepted. Because you have fulfill your duties, only in a legal way, not through this illegal manner, we are not bound by it. So then he realized what is God and what is Punya and Papa and attained to the sannyasa. So, the wicked man turned around, became a sannyasi, an enlightened man by chanting the Ramanam. Like the sacred Brahmanala in Pakashi, you will get the Taraka mantra and also liberation. In Kasi, one who goes to Kasi and chants the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, they will attain the mukti, especially from the place Brahmanala. So on dying anywhere in Kashi, apart from Brahmanala, anybody dies anywhere in Kashi, at the time of death, Maheshwara will come and utter Taraka mantra in the right ear. He gets Sarupya. Sarupya means merging in God. With me as his sins are washed away. So, if Maheshwara chants Taraka mantra in the right ear, and you die at the time chanting Om Namah Shivaya, you will attain all the sins will be washed away and you will attain the mukti. The same is called Salukya and Sarupya. Persevering good conduct with mind fixed upon me, loving me as the self of all. The twice born gets nearer to me. So the twice born means one who has had the prana and completed the brahmacharya, who has attained it. They can attain me, it says. Meditating on my eternal form as prescribed by the teacher, one will surely achieve identity with me like the insects changing into the bee. So one should always meditate by chanting on me. Me means Paramatma. Paramatma has got different names like Namashivaya, Namo Narayana. Any Taraka mantra you can chant. So in that case you will get identity with him. The more you go deep inside and chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, you get merged with him. Just like insects changing into bee. So insects know, they go into the larva stage and finally become a bee. Like that, your identity will get merged with him. And this is called Sayucha. And by attaining this, you will really yield in the bliss of Brahmana. All these four kinds of mukti will be got by worshipping me. He says, all these four. Halukya, Sarupya, then Samipya and Sayucha. All these four things and can lead to liberation by worshipping him. But by what means is the Kaivalya kind of moksha got? So Bhagavan asks, by what means Kaivalya kind of moksha got? Then Rama says, you have to read the Muktikopanishad. If you read Muktikopanishad, you can attain Kaivalya Mukti. If knowledge is not got from it, suppose if you are not getting the real knowledge from this Muktikopanishad, then he has to study the 10 Upanishads. What are the 10 Upanishads will follow? Getting knowledge very soon, you will reach my abode. So by reading these 10 Upanishads and getting knowledge, you will reach my abode. If certainty is not got even then, so after reading this Upanishads also, your mind is not fully enlightened to attain it. Then study the 32 Upanishads. Then what 32 Upanishads and stop. If desiring moksha without the body, then read the 108 Upanishads. So by reading 108 Upanishads, suppose you want to attain moksha without this body, so read this 108 Upanishads. So what are the 108 Upanishads which are spread into five levels for this Santi Mantra, we will see. So this reading and gaining knowledge from this 108 Upanishads, there are three kinds of bhavana regarding it. So body, senses and mind, especially as identified with Atma. So this body, senses and mind, these are the three elements in our body which separates, which creates the karmic layers that separates the Jivatma from Paramatma. So the bhavana in this mind, senses and body, these three bhavanas, the negative bhavanas has to be destroyed by reading this and gaining knowledge from this 108 Upanishads. The Western Brahmanas become Jivan Muktas if they study after the destruction of Prarabdha. So these 108 Upanishads will go along with Santipada. Then in course of time they will get Veda Mukti, that is moksha after death. Surely. So one has to read this 108 Upanishads for the destruction of our Prarabdha. What is Prarabdha karma? It consists of past actions that are affecting the current life karma. In general, it refers to all actions in life and the effect they have on life in the future, including future incarnations. Good karma leads to future happiness, while bad karma leads to suffering. Prarabdha karma cannot be changed because whatever actions you have done, for which you have to face the consequences. This is the karma thinking. Because it is the karma created earlier in life. It is you who have created the karma in earlier in life, for which you have to face the consequences, or in the past life that is really results in the present. So whatever you are facing, whether it is success, failure, happiness, sorrow, problems in family, all these things is not occurring just like that. It is because of your prarabdha karma, that is your past karma, negative karmas and everything effect in the present life. Prarabdha in the Sanskrit word means commence or begun, while the word karma comes from the root kri, means act. So prarabdha karma translates action that has begun. So presently whatever is happening, it's all because of the prarabdha karma. And one realizes this and destroy this prarabdha karma, they can attain liberation. These 100 Upanishads are the essence of all and can cut away all sins by merely hearing once. So one who simply hears these 100 Upanishads, they will be relieved from all the sins, all these prarabdha karma, and they can attain liberation. When these causes release whether read or without knowledge. So even if you don't have any knowledge, by reading it and by hearing it, but with devotion, one can attain liberation. One may give away the kingdom to one who asks, but not this narrator. So what is this? The narrator is like a treasure which one should read, gain knowledge. And by doing this, one should be devoted, one should have good conduct and good wisdom. They should not misuse it, he says. This is what is told in the Ritmeda also. Now, Anjana asks Rama, please relate to me separately the Santi mantras of the different Vedas. Rig, Sam, Yajur, Sama, there are Santi mantras in these 4 Vedas. He asks to explain about this. Rama says, my speech rests on my mind. Vanve Manasi. This is the Santi mantra of the following 10 Upanishads forming part of Rig Veda. So in Rig Veda there are 10 Upanishads. In that the Santi mantra has been told. Vaname Manasi. The speech is Santi. So what are these 10 Upanishads in Rig Veda is Aitreya Upanishad, Kausika Brahmana Upanishad, Nadabindu Upanishad, Atma Upanishad, Nirvana Upanishad, Mudgala Upanishad, Akshamalika Upanishad, Tripura Upanishad, Saubhagya Lakshmi Upanishad, Bhavricha Upanishad. So this is the first Santi mantra containing 10 Upanishads. Then he said that which lies beyond is full. So whatever that lies beyond is full. The Purnamada. This is the Santi mantra of the following 19 Upanishads forming part of Shukla Yajurveda. In Shukla Yajurveda, there are 19 Upanishads which speaks about Santi mantra for liberation. What are these 19 Upanishads? Isavasya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Jabala Upanishad, Hamsa Upanishad, Paramahamsa Upanishad, Subhadra Upanishad, Mantrika Upanishad, Niralamba Upanishad, Trisika Brahmana Upanishad, Mandala Brahmana Upanishad, Advaita Upanishad, Pingala Upanishad, Bhikshu Upanishad, Turyatita Upanishad, Adhyatma Upanishad, Tarasara Upanishad, Agyavalka Upanishad, Satyayana Upanishad, and Muktikopanishad. The third Santi mantra is, may the Brahman of Upanishad protect us both. So, may the Brahman of Upanishads protect us both. So, Sahana. This is the Santi mantra of the 32 Upanishads forming part of Krishna Yajurveda. So, Yajurveda is called Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda. In Shukla Yajurveda, there are 19 Upanishads covered for Santi mantra for Jivan Mukti. Here are 32 Upanishads. What are the 32 Upanishads? Katavalya Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahma Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad, Svetaswadara Upanishad, Garbha Upanishad, Narayana Upanishad, Amrita Bindu Upanishad, Amritanada Upanishad, Kalagni Rudra Upanishad, Shurika Upanishad, Sarvasva Upanishad, Sukarahasya Upanishad, Tejabindu Upanishad, Jnanabindu Upanishad, Brahmavidya Upanishad, Yoga Upanishad, Dakshinamurti Upanishad, Skanda Upanishad, Sarinaka Upanishad, Yogasika Upanishad, Ekakshara Upanishad, Akshi Upanishad, Avadhuta Upanishad, Katharudra Upanishad, Rudra Hridaya Upanishad, Yoga Kundalini Upanishad, Panchabrahma Upanishad, Pranagnodra Upanishad, Varaha Upanishad, Kali Samantarana Upanishad, Saraswati Rahasya Upanishad. These are the 32 Upanishads which is covered in the Santi mantra for Krishna Yajurveda. May the unseen powers nourish. This is the Santi mantra of the following 16 Upanishads from the Samaveda. In Samaveda, in 16 Upanishads, the Santi mantra for liberation has been told. What are these Santi mantras from Samaveda? Kena Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Aruni Upanishad, Maitreya Upanishad, Maitreya Upanishad, Vajrasuchika Upanishad, Yoga Chudamani Upanishad, Vasudeva Upanishad, Mahata Upanishad, Sannyasa Upanishad, Abhyataka Upanishad, Kundika Upanishad, Savitra Upanishad, Rudrakshabala Upanishad, Darshana Upanishad, Jabali Upanishad. These are the 16 Upanishads which is covered. And may we hear with our ears the auspicious truth of the Vedanta. This is what is covered in this is Santi mantras in 31 Upanishads from Dharvana Veda. So what are these 31 Upanishads? Prasna Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Atharva Sirasa Upanishad, Atharva Chika Upanishad, Brajabala Upanishad, Nisimha Tapani Upanishad, and Narada Parivajaka Upanishad, Sita Upanishad, Sarva-Upanishad, Tripad-Vibhuti-Upanishad, Mahanarayana-Upanishad, Samarasa-Upanishad, Ramatapini-Upanishad, Samdika-Upanishad, Paramahamsa Parivarjaka-Upanishad. So these are the 15 and followed by another 16 Upanishad. Annapurna Upanishad, Surya Upanishad, Atma Upanishad, Pasavata Brahma Upanishad, Parabrahma Upanishad, Tripurata-Pini Upanishad, Devi Upanishad, Bhavana Upanishad, Brahmajabala Upanishad, Ganapati Upanishad, Mahavakya Upanishad, Gopala-Tapini Upanishad, Vishnu Upanishad, Hayagriva Upanishad, Dattatreya Upanishad, and Garuda Upanishad. So with this, the 108 Upanishads are covered under Rig, Sama, Krishna Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda, and Atharvana Vedas. So the Shanti Mantras for liberation is contained in this. Men who are seekers after liberation and well equipped with 4 requisite means. This is the 4 things what you are told. Approach properly with gifts in the hands, a good teacher who is dedicated, belonging to a good family, well versed in the Vedas, interested in the scriptures of good quality. Straightforward interest in the welfare of all creatures, compassionate and learn in a prescribed manner. The 108 Upanishads study them through listening, reflecting, and also deep absorption continuously. The accumulated karmas will be dissolved. So one who totally with dedication read this, hear this, understand this, practice this, they will be liberated from all the sins and attain the Jivan Mukti. The 3 kinds of bodies. So one will overcome these 3 kinds of gross body, this is physical body, Annamaya Kosa. Then subtle body, that is Sukshma Sarira. Sthula Sarira, Sukshma Sarira, this is Pranamaya Kosa. And cautious body, that is what contains the mind, ego, senses, all these things. This is Manomaya Kosa. So one has to overcome this Pranamaya Kosa, Annamaya Kosa, Pranamaya Kosa, and Manomaya Kosa. So that this, once all this liberation takes place when all the karmas are get annihilated. So that when it happens, just like when the closed pot, if you open it, the ether merges into the air. Like that, the Jivatma merges into Paramatma to reach the level of Videha. This indeed is the absolute liberation. This is the Kaivalya Mukti. How we can attain this Kaivalya Mukti. That is why even those in Brahmaloka get identity with Brahma after listening to the Upanishads from his mouth. And Brahma explains this Upanishad. They will also. So one who has gone to Vaikuntha, Brahmaloka, they can attain Mukti by following the Kaivalya Mukti path. And for everyone, absolute liberation is stated to be attainable only through knowledge. So, the knowledge of Upanishads is very essential. And not through karma rituals, not through Sankhya Yoga. So, only through gaining knowledge and practicing, doing sadhana, one can attain this liberation. And not just only doing these karma rituals. By doing karma rituals, the old karmas get annihilated, but new karmas continues as long as you are ignorant. So once if one has to attain liberation, means one's ignorance has to go. For this 100 Upanishads plays a major role. So even the Sankhya Yoga, there is duty, selfless action, and nature of reality. After knowing all these things also, is one who feels to attain the liberation path. They have to read this Upanishad, gain knowledge, and practice it. Then Hanuman asked Rama, what is Jivan Mukti, what is Videha Mukti? What is the authority, means of success and purpose? So he asked, what is Jivan Mukti and what is Videha Mukti, he says. Rama says, for a person there is bondage from doership, enjoyship, pleasure, pain. The prevention is liberation in the body. So Jivan Mukti is attained. Every person, there is a bondage from doership. So whatever we do, we get attached to it. So we expect things. We expect return from what we do. This is because of bondage with the work we do. Enjoyship. means what? Whenever we feel success, we enjoy it. So this bondage is continuing. The mind and intellect, they get attached to the results. So that leads to enjoyment, happiness, pleasure and pain. So when you get attached to the events and its results, then events it becomes successful, you get pleasure. If it fails, you get pain. All these things will happen continuously. So one has to overcome this bondage of mind from this negative perceptions, he says. So Videha Mukti, liberation without the body. So Videha, Deha means body, Videha means without body. So one has to aim for Videha Mukti, Mukti, moksha without a body. Here, this happens because of the destruction of prarabdha karma. So one who destroys all the prarabdha karma, they will attain this Videha Mukti. Like the space and part released from the conditioning part. For both the authority is the 108 Upanishads. So, and for attaining this level of mind, this 100 Upanishads reading and understanding and practicing will make them want to attain this level. The purpose is eternal happiness through the stopping of misery or duration. So, whatever you are doing, the misery, one has to cut off these miseries. One should not get attached to the ups and downs. For which the superior one who continuously reads and practices the spiritual sadhana by reading the 100 minutes, they get slowly mature enough. This can be achieved by human effort, just as the sun is got by putra kama, wealth by trade. So nothing comes freely. You have to work hard. So getting putra kama, that is children, are feeding them by working hard, obviously. And why you are going that way? You put your effort, and after 1 month you get the compensation for your efforts. And this happens by nature very well. There are 3 verses. Human effort is said to be of 2 kinds, for and against the Shastras. So, we go in line with Shastras or go against the Shastras. So one who follows the path of Shastra, they will attain ultimate reality, and one who go against it, that will lead to their destruction. So Shastras are nothing superstitious, what has been told. So one has to read Shastra to gain real spiritual knowledge to attain liberation, it says. Such impressions are twofold, good and bad. So whatever actions we do, that is mainly because of that results in 2 things: good actions, bad actions. So good actions bring good results, bad actions bring bad results. So this is the prarabdha karma's base. The river of impression flowing through good and bad paths must be turned into the good path with human effort. So only by human effort, that is by using your buddhi, because the external maya drags you in the right path or wrong path. It mostly drags negative through the negative path. So it is like as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So you are bringing your mind inside like a tortoise. It sees the enemy, it drags his limbs and head inside this shell. So like that we have to drag our mind inside so that we don't go in the wrong path. And the river of impressions. The impressions means whatever experiences we gain in our day-to-day life. These experiences stored in subconscious mind as impressions. And these impressions should be always good impressions. If bad impressions are there, that is the cause for this bad and good and bad gunas in us. So by using this mind and intellect, we have to drag them inside to the and surrender to the Paramatma through the practice of meditation or by reading of this 108 Upanishads, by which we can overcome this prarabdha karma and create and make the impressions to in the right path of good path. Mind child with human effort. One should fondle the mind child with human effort. So fondle means what? You have to take your mind gently, smoothly, calmly inside you to realize, make these impressions in the subconscious mind in a positive way, divine way, and see slowly and slowly your negative impressions in the mind get slowly erased. So see in a recording, in tape recorder, you see, you record a song. So if you replay the song, same song comes again and again. Similarly, our impressions because of past ignorance has been recorded and getting recorded only in the same negative way. So what you have to do is you have to re-record with positive impressions. So when you re-record it, the old one erases and the new one gets recorded. Similarly, by reading these Upanishads, gaining knowledge, practicing it and doing sadhana, one has to erase the negative impressions and put the positive impressions on your subconscious mind. That enables you to attain the, make your mind in a divine way that leads to the path of liberation. The destruction of impressions, cultivation of knowledge and destruction of mind, when practiced together for long will yield fruit. So what is that you need to do is, all these impressions has to be destroyed, and which happens only by cultivation of knowledge. So you have to gain inner knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and by doing this spiritual sadhana, by reading these scriptures from Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, all these things. That gives you the knowledge. The knowledge only can make your mind to erase the negative impressions. And practice along for it. If not practiced together, so destruction of impressions and cultivation of knowledge and destruction of mind. What the destruction of mind means? The mind is the cause for creating the negative impressions. So here in the mind, the negative thoughts should be destroyed. Thought generated from mind, these negative thoughts has to be destroyed. So when these three things are destruction of impression, destruction of negative thoughts, and cultivation of knowledge, when all these three things are together, the karmic knots bound over the Atma is surely going to break and get annihilated so that the Atma gets merged to Paramatma and attains Jivan Mukti. But if it is not practiced, then even 100 years of efforts will not yield any results. The false impression of God in life is got in 100 lives and cannot be destroyed without long practice. So, whatever impressions that is stored in subconscious mind is not occurred overnight. This has taken place through your several births, past births, and it cannot be erased overnight. So you have to do long severe practice by doing spiritual sadhana continuously, by destroy the impressions, by cultivating knowledge from these Upanishads, and by destroying the negative thoughts from the mind. Impressions is already recorded in the subconscious mind, and thoughts are generating now because of the past impressions, and that has to be destroyed. And that can happen only by gaining knowledge. The wise know that the mind is bound by the impressions. It is liberated and released from them. So those who have gained knowledge, they will realize that these impressions are gained because of the attraction of mind by the senses to the external Maya world. So Rama asked Hanuman to destroy by practice of meditation and reading these scriptures. We first destroy these negative mental impressions, the negative thoughts, and attain the startlessness stage. When impressions die out, the mind becomes put out like a lamp. Whoever gives up impressions and concentrates on me without strain, he becomes this. So, once these impressions, negative impressions, all the impressions, negative, everything is destroyed, then you attain the state of Siddha and the mind gives the real light to reach me. So, for this, one has to concentrate on me, who is nowhere else except inside you. His body is a temple in which Garbhagraha is the heart. Here, the Paramatma lies. So bring your mind, buddhi to Paramatma, merge in Him, surrender to Him. So gain the real mukti. So the highest place cannot be God without silence, free from impressions. So whether he concentrates on actions or not, when he avoids all the desires of the heart, he is undoubtedly liberated. So for all the impressions, the main cause is the desire. So desire that turns into greed, that leads to lust, that leads to anger, jealousy, hatredness, all these are all create negative impressions in the mind continuously. So these has to be destroyed. The negative thoughts has to be destroyed. For which the desire should be destroyed and contentment should be emulated in oneself. He has nothing to gain from action or inaction. So one should realize one simple truth. I have not brought anything, I am not going to do anything, take anything. Why I come to this world is only to release my past karma by doing my duties without attachment. When you get attachments, more karmas get added. So we have to do without attachments, then all the existing karmas release. So nothing need to be gained or lost. So in such an eventuality, once you gain that knowledge, you will lose the need for become desire. So desire is different from duty. So whatever duty you have to do as a samsari, in the samsari life, that to be done without any desire. Just do it as a duty without attachment. Doing the duty without attachment, doing the duty with attachment, it leads to desire. Desire is the cause where attachment comes. So, the highest place cannot be got without silence, free from impressions. So, the absolute silence inside you, that is the Anandamaya Kosa, Achidanandamaya Kosa, where you gain the experience of the eternal bliss. So, when you go deep inside you and surrender to Him, the impressions in the subconscious mind slowly gets erased. But because of the latent impression, just as the eye falls voluntarily without attachment on the external object, so the man of wisdom operates his work. So, without voluntary impressions, so sense organs like the eye goes towards external objects without voluntary impression. But because of the latent impression, just as the eye falls voluntarily without attachment or external objects, so the man of wisdom operates his work. So what it says is like Karma Yoga. So though your eyes, though your ears, though your senses are watching outside and while fulfilling your duties, reduce your karmas, see them only in the form of a duty, not with any other negative impressions, negative thoughts. So when you see somebody, you get angry. So don't see them as a body. See the Atma, see the Paramatma inside and just worship and do your duty, that's all. So by doing that, you won't accumulate new karmas. The sages know that vasana comprises all objects generated by creative faculty of the mind in attaining or avoiding them. Vasanas comprise all objects generated by creating faculty of the mind in attaining or avoiding them. So vasanas are because of our past life experiences. So earlier, right from 1 sense, 2 sense, 3 sense, 4 sense, 5 sense, it's only eating the earlier life. An ant eats the earthworm, the frog eats the ants, the snake eats the frogs, the bird eats the snake, animals eat the birds and all. Like finally comes the human form. So until this stage, whatever experiences, every stage of life, 1 sense, 3 sense, 5 sense, and in 6 sense, he has taken several births. All these things have been recorded in the subconscious mind. This is the cause for vasanas. The very unsteady mind, which is the cause of birth, old age, death, is generated by desires for objects and excess. So, unsteady mind always get attracted by the Maya and it leads to desires, greed, and which ultimately leads to lust, anger, everything, which only because of and this continues in the mind. There is no end for mukti. So man takes birth after birth, suffering, and goes on this unending process. So we have to use our sixth sense to realize that what is my ultimate objective is attain Jivan Mukti by doing my duties in this life without attachment. That's it. But if that ignorance continues, so you'll be continuing to do mistakes and accumulate more karmas, for which you have to take several births. And as long as you don't realize this, the purpose of this birth, you'll be continuously taking births after births without any end. So for this, for the tree of human mind, the pulsation vasana are two seeds. Pulsation and vasana. Pulsation means that your breath, your thoughts, your actions. So as long as your breath is there, as long as you are alive and with vasanas continuous, the negative impressions get accumulated. So what is this? When one dies, both die. So the prarabdha karma get destroyed only by gaining knowledge from these Upanishads and scriptures. Latent impressions stop operating through detached behavior, avoidance of worldly thought, and realizing the body is smarter. So these latent impressions which are lying deep inside, they are not. It will come only in situations what has happened past happens again. At that time it comes to light. So these latent impressions which is inside should be destroyed there itself. How it can happen? Only by detached behavior, Siddhaprajna. Avoidance of worldly thought. So whatever you do, don't have any other worldly thought. Worldly thought means worldly thoughts leads to desire, lust, anger, everything. That you have to avoid. And realization the body is mortal. And one thing you should remember very clear, this body is a deteriorating mass. One day it is going to collapse. Let me not get attached. All this Maya is leading only attachment to this body. What others think about me. Think about me means what? About your body and ego. So that should not happen. It should not go even the Sita Prajna. The mind becomes non-mind by giving up vasanas. So the mind, which is the cause for thoughts, that is the cause for vasanas. The mind should become non-mind. Non-mind when it happens only when your mind goes to the thoughtlessness stage, then it becomes non-mind. When the mind does not think, then arises mindlessness, giving great peace. So in meditation, when you go to thoughtlessness stage, you will attain the Sachidananda, eternal bliss. So long as the mind is not fully evolved, being ignorant of the supreme reality, perform what has been laid down by the teacher, shastras and other sources. Then with impurity ripened, destroyed and truth understood, you should give up even the good impressions. So initially, when you are not able to understand how to fine-tune yourself to attain this, go in the Jivan Mukti path, you read the scriptures, gain knowledge from them. But from through the teacher, or the teacher, ultimate teacher is inside you. So only as per his instruction, you read, understand and gain experience so that you realize the reality of the life. And the truth is understood and the impression gets vanished. Even you have attained the level of maturity where even the good impressions, good thoughts could be, that also good, because you have attained Siddha Prajna stage. In the Jivan Mukta, the destruction of mind is with form. So destruction of mind in Jivan Mukta is clearly this mind, this Manomaya Kosa is in clear form. In Videha Mukta, it is formless. So Atma is formless. So mind, which forms the part of this Manomaya Kosa. In Videha Mukta, this is formless. When you achieve it, the mind with qualities like friendliness will surely attain peace. So one has to move from Jivan Mukta state to Videha Mukta, where you haven't have any form also. Where you develop the mind develops the quality of friendliness, godliness, whatever they see. The mind of Jivan Mukta has no rebirth. So one who attains the Jivan Mukta stage, they don't have rebirth, they attain Mukti. The mind is the root of the tree of samsara, which has thousands of sprouts, branches, fruits. I take the mind to be nothing but construction. Make it dry in such a way that the tree is also dried up. So, if you don't pour water to tree or plants, it will die away like that. Don't put negative impressions, don't accumulate negative impressions in your mind. Keep your mind in a thoughtlessness stage at all times, so that when you don't pour water to the plant, it will die on the way by default. Similarly, the tree, the plant, our negative impressions and thoughts get automatically dried up. There is only one means for overpowering mind. So, how to keep our mind come to our control? Shooting up one's mind is one's undoing. Shooting up one's mind is doing undoing. Undoing means what? So, do any act as a karma without any attachment. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, work in no work and no work makes man perfect. Work in no work means when you are idle mind is devil's workshop. Is to attract you to Maya, the negative impressions of the past comes out and you begin to accumulate more karmas. So when you don't have any work, go inside and surrender to him. That is the work you have to do. So work in no work. So when you are instead of keeping mind idle, take the mind deep inside yourself to see the light of him. So then you gain that awareness that makes your mind to get clear of past impressions. And no work in work means what? So whatever work you are having, too much work, don't think that you are doing. Do that without attachment. So these two things will bring a real peace in your life. And you attain the gain the real wisdom to attain the Jiva. The mind of the knower is destroyed, it is a chain for the ignorant. So one who gain knowledge about the power of mind, that we should not drag to the external world, we should keep it under control, we should see that it discriminates between good and bad and remain calm at all times. Once that gain knowledge, otherwise, if that knowledge is not gained, so it naturally what happens, this mind accumulates chain of impressions in the mind that leads to accumulation of more karmas. The impressions of enjoyment die like lotus in winter. So, as long as the mind is not defeated by means of firm practice, the impressions jump in the heart like ghosts at night. So you have to do a constant practice, the spiritual sadhana, to make your mind to come to the thoughtlessness stage. So when that stage is attained, the impressions in the subconscious mind of enjoyment gradually die. Like a lotus in winter. In winter, lotus dies. For one whose mental pride is reduced and the senses, the enemies are defeated. So when you go to this level, when the negative impressions of the past get destroyed, so your senses and the ego gradually get annihilated. One should at first conquer the mind, hands locked in hands, teeth set on teeth, and limbs subdued. So one should first conquer your mind through the practice of dhyana and reading of scriptures. The mind cannot be conquered without defectless reasoning, by merely sitting. So, just by sitting in meditation, one cannot conquer the mind. The reasons well nourished in mind conquers are knowledge of Vedanta, contact with good people, giving up impressions, and stopping the pulsation of prana. Those who ignore this and control the mind by force throw away the lamp and search in darkness by means of soot. So, one has to get well nourished through the knowledge of scriptures, Vedanta scriptures like Upanishads. One has to gain knowledge to clear the impressions. If that is not done, the impressions get accumulated and you continue to be ignorant. The tree of mind bearing the weight of creepers of thought has two seeds, the pulsation of prana and strong impressions. All pervasive consciousness is shaken by the pulsation of prana. In contrast, by means of concentration, the knowledge arises. So, the pulsation of prana, what happens? In your pervasive consciousness, you accumulate from the external, whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you smell, everything, whatever you feel. This pulsation of prana leads to emulating the negative impressions, like that when you see something you get lust, when you see something you get desire, when you see something you get anger, all these things This is because of pulsation of prana. And these reactions, which leads to anger, jealousy, these are all the impressions that get stored in the subconscious mind. So in contrast, by concentration, so when you feel something negative, when you realize this is the release of my negative karma, that is the real knowledge. And I should not get attached, that is the real knowledge what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. So when you feel negative events, negative situation, negative experiences, realize the truth, that is the past release of negative karma, and don't get attached to it. It's very difficult, but you have to do constant practice to attain that level. So dhyana, it means, is now important, dissolving thought totally in the reverse order. Think only in the remaining pure consciousness. So the more you go deep inside you to the Paramatma state, slowly your impressions get stored in subconscious mind get dissolved. And you go to when you go to the pure conscious level. Consciousness state. The pure consciousness means what? The consciousness are four kinds. Outer consciousness, where your mind is attached to the external world and you accumulate karma. The ego consciousness, that leads to the desires, lust, anger, greed, everything. And Atma consciousness, where you realize you are Atma and others are Atma, and you realize your duties. But you do with a certain kind of attachment. And Supreme Consciousness, where you do everything with your attachment and surrendering, offering everything at God's feet, release your karmas. So, in the meditation, when you take this is apana, this is prana. So, when you prana and apana, in between the kumbhaka, holding the breath. Prana, apana, deep inhale prana, exhale apana. In between you get kumbhaka, that is hold the breath. When you keep the breath holding it, kumbhaka is the external form in the fullness of prana. After breathing disappears and without arises. By repeatedly practicing meditation of Brahman without ego, Sampragyata Samadhi will be got. So, hold it, take breathe, prana, kumbhaka, prana. So by practicing this, take your breath into the supreme stage. This is Sampragyata Samadhi Yoga. The Asampragyata Samadhi allowed by yogi is from the mind giving great bliss after all the mental modifications, thoughts die away. So, Asampragyata Samadhi is what yogi is. There is mind giving great bliss after the mental modification die away. That is the Asampragyata Samadhi, keeping your while doing this practicing that your mind slowly gets settled down into the supreme stage. I will gain eternal bliss that will bring real inner peace in you. It is valued by sages being the spirit divide of light and the mind. So, this divide of light is there, the ego is there. The mind, the dream state, and the intellect, the deep sleep state. This concentration is other than what is not Brahman. Full above, below, and the base, and the middle in the essence of the goodness. This state prescribed by the Upanishad is the ultimate reality. So, you have to concentrate other than what is not Brahman. This concentration is other than what is not Brahman. Full above, below, and middle, the essence of goodness, this state prescribed by the ultimate. So, always without any thought, without the thoughtlessness state, practice this. The thoughtlessness state, when it comes into it, you don't accumulate new impressions and will make your mind to get fine-tuned to annihilate the past impressions. So, latent impressions is that unexamined grasping of objects with persistent imagination. So latent impressions is the inner, deeply stored impressions. That is the cause for many brain tumor like that. Old impressions that always engulfs from outside and creates anger, fear, and everything. This latent impressions is mainly happening because of the unexamined grasping of objects by persistent imagination. What do you call? So you imagine something. Oh, this may lead to me, lost to me. this may create this may endanger my family. All this kind of negative persistent imagination is mainly because of imagination, mostly you accumulate bad impressions. So what brings into being through intense dispassion by oneself is realized quickly, divide of opposite impressions, influenced by impressions. A person looks upon those things as reality by the peculiarity of impressions. The ignorant person sees the spirit wrongly, though it does not lose its own identity. So, these impressions is the cause for more accumulation of karmas. But these impressions, if you change it, fine tune it, then it will eradicate your future accumulation of karmas and make you to release your karmas and move in the path of mukti. That happens only by gaining knowledge, a dispassion of oneself. The impure impressions bind, the pure destroys birth. The impure impressions bind you with more karmas, and pure impressions destroy the birth, leads to your mukti. The impure one is solid ignorance and ego causes rebirth. So impure impressions, the main cause for that is our ego or ignorance that causes more birth. The restful state is like roasted seed, giving us sprout of rebirth. The restful state is thoughtlessness state, the samadhi state, what one attains. So if one attains that level, so then there is you go to the level of no rebirth. The what you call the seed of impressions become roasted. When it gets roasted means what happens? It cannot create a new seed. So that leads to the destruction of impressions. In a tree, one seed, if it's sown, it grows and then creates new seeds comes that leads to continuity of the tree. So when main tree seed is sprouted, that is sprouted means roasted, then the tree will destroy. The tree of impressions will get destroyed. Can the intellect be sought with chewing the cud of many sastras uselessly? So when you continue to brood outside, whatever sastras you read, whatever Upanishads you read, you will have no pavitra unless you practice it with dedication and without attachment. Merely by learning the four Vedas and Sastras. By remaining ignorant, just to say by ego, I know all the Vedas and Sastras, nothing will change. So this should be done with a dispassion, with devotion, with dedication to gain knowledge and practice it. Then only one can remove the impressions of negative vasanas. If a person does not get detachment by the bad smell of his body, what other cause of detachment can be taught? So you have to get detached from the bad smell of the body. That is, bad smell of the body means what? The impressions, bad impressions. The body is very impure, the soul is pure. When one knows the difference, what purification need to be prescribed? So one should know this body is a deteriorating mass, so should not touch this body. I am Atma and I come here and release my karmas by making my mind to remove the impressions and negative vasanas. Then only I can get liberated. This is the knowledge one should gain. Because soul is impure, always pure. But it is bounded mainly because its karmic layers, because of this ignorant mind. And that mind has to be made enlightened. Bondage is by impressions, moksha is the destruction. So more you attach, more the bondage and the impressions improves in your subconscious mind. By detachment, you destroy the impressions and lead to moksha. Give up mental impressions of objects and cultivate pure impressions like friendship. Then discarding even these while acting according to them, putting down all desires, have only the impression of consciousness. Give up these two along with mind and intellect, concentrate only on me. So what Lord says is, you keep your mind and your intellect always concentrated on me. When that happens, you cultivate the habit of destroying negative impressions and accumulate divine impressions like friendship. And over a period, these all positive negative impressions also get stopped and will move towards, when we go continuously move towards me, thinking of me and reaching me. They contemplate me as a divide of sound, touch, form, taste, cells, eternal, destructible, indestructible, without name and family, destroying all suffering. The nature of vision like the sky, the unsyllable Om, unsparing, though omnipresent, unique without bondage, forward, across, above, below, and I feel every place. So always contemplate on me. So one should always keep your buddhi. So when you move this, your buddhi moves deep inside you. So like that, always think of him who is at the center of your heart. Think of him without any attachment to these five senses. What is called sound, touch, form, taste, smell, everything. Nothing you should get attached. And whatever sufferings that is happening, release of karma, don't get attached. Whatever happiness, release of past karma, that also don't attach. All these things. So always remain chanting inside you, chanting the mantra Om, who is the syllable of Paramatma, and make your mind to go deep inside the chanting mantra Om. So that will make your mind to carry on your duties without attachment, without any bondage. Unborn, ageless, shining by myself, not the cause nor effort, ever contented when the body dies away. So, contentment is very important for you to overcome the desires. Giving up state of Jivan Mutta, one enters the Videha stage. So, the body, once it destroys, even the mind will get destroyed from the impressions and vasanas, so that it merges into me. The supreme place Vishnu, the sage, is like an eye extended in heaven. The wise and awakened person, free from emotions, get it alight. So, by always reading these scriptures, by always making your mind to go deep inside and always think about me as a Taraka mantra, one can destroy the impressions, one can destroy the past vasanas and take their mind to carry on their duties without attachment. Visualize that whatever negative is happening is the past karmas, it may not get attached, and focus on doing your duty without attachment, and always remain with him by chanting mantra Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Shivaya, while fulfilling your duties. Then one will get destroyed of all the impressions and vasanas and finally attain me. And this is the message the Muktikopanishad uses. So please practice this and see that you make your mind enlightened and free from impressions, past impressions, negative impressions, and remove all the past vasanas and move in the path of Mukti. Thank you.